Hey everyone, it's Adaptive Goddess, and today I'm going to be talking about how I process very public traumatic events. I'm mostly referring to the recent riot inside the Capitol building where Trump supporters broke in and took over our Capitol building while the Congress was voting to certify Joe Biden being our next president. This was a very public attack on our democracy, and it made me very, very scared because of what Congress means to our checks and balances of how we run our government. And those attacks and riots were a direct threat to the checks and balances of our democracy. This is not the first public, tragic, traumatic event that I have witnessed in my life. I have witnessed 9/11, Sandy Hook, and countless other school shootings. And for me, those are very, very scary because they happen at random and sometimes out of nowhere. When I watch these things, I feel a sense of sadness and anxiousness and nervousness and scared because it could happen to me. I find myself falling into thinking traps, and I feel compelled to watch these because they are so important to know that these happened. But every time I watch a very public, traumatic event, I'm always reminded by what Mr. Rogers said when he addressed our nation in the aftermath of 9/11. And he said to look for the heroes. Look for the people who are standing up and fighting back, who are rescuing, who are putting their lives on the line to help others. So for 9/11, it was the firefighters, it was the flight attendants who told everyone what was happening. It was the passengers on board who were trying to fight back for control over the plane. So for me, when I was watching the pro-Trump supporters take over our Capitol, I was looking for and hoping to find heroes. And the heroes in this story are the most unlikely of people. Because in that moment, the police failed. So for me, the heroes of the story are the National Guard and the Secret Service and the aides in Congress who had the wherewithal to take the Electoral College votes while every other senator and the vice president and Speaker of the House were evacuating Congress. These brave, amazing aides delivered the Electoral College votes to safety so that when Congress could resume, they could be counted. And it's not just about in the moment, it's also about the aftermath. So all the senators who stood up and condemned the violence that had occurred, who called for accountability of people's actions and words that incited the violence, and even the senator or representative, I don't remember which one he was, from New Jersey, Vermont, someone who had actually helped in the cleanup of the Capitol and stayed until 3 o'clock in the morning doing so. Events like 9/11 and the riots on the Capitol unfortunately happen. They are very public, And they are very, very traumatic, not only for the people who witness the violence and experience the violence. And it is important to talk about these events so that way we can, as a nation, understand and hopefully come together to condemn such acts. And from my perspective, it is always so important to raise up the heroes and to talk about the heroes instead of those who have committed the violence. So for me, looking at the heroes not only helps me process what I am seeing, but it helps me deal with the emotional pain. Because during 9/11 and during these riots, we are witnessing the breakdown of our humanity. And I lose hope in our humanity when I see these violent actions occur. And so looking for the heroes during this violence and in its aftermath help me see that there is some good. There is some reason why we should have change. That there are people who are working for that change. And it reminds me that even I can be that change. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, tap the like button, and remember to be kind, compassionate, and true to you.